Good afternoon. Welcome to my daily broadcast. My name is Barry Selby. This is Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. And before I get into that, let me introduce myself formally. I am a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert, helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. And I'm also a passionate champion of the divine feminine. And I do these talks every day. Yes, these are daily Facebook Lives. This is number 256 in an ongoing series of talks called Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. And since Wednesday is Valentine's Day, this is the countdown. I started with the 5 days out on Saturday, so now we're at 3 days out. Well, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So this is 2 days. Excuse me, tomorrow and Wednesday. Yeah, I can't count backwards apparently. So, the title for this topic is 2 days to Valentine's Day. Are you ready? And I'm speaking to the mounting tension, the psychic distortion, the passionate frenzy that's been starting to show up energetically in different places. I've hinted at this over the last few broadcasts, but Valentine's Day, for those of you who don't actually know this, is not a real event. It's actually a made-up retail event to put money in the pockets of people who create chocolates, roses, cards, red hearts, etc. And restaurants, because they mark up the prices dramatically too. So I'm giving you two options to be ready for Valentine's Day. One of which is to buy into all of that and to suck it up and admit to the fact that you want to play that game, and you go ahead and do it. You may get, I'm not really into that thing. The other option, and I'm going to talk a bit more about what I mean in a deeper way in a second, is to, in simplest terms, ignore it. First of all, if you're in a relationship, Valentine's Day should not be the one day of the year where you show your love and demonstrate your caring and your romantic gestures to your partner. It may be a highlight, but it shouldn't be something you do one time a year. Because if you're really in a healthy relationship, that would be every day. So that's the simplest thing I can say to you. Hopefully you go, oh, well, right, of course. But for those of us who are single, yes, I count myself in that number, Valentine's Day has the ability to trigger us. Because it's the most overt demonstration to us in the social environments that being single is a bad thing, which is what Valentine's Day kind of hints at. Because the only way to be normal is to be in a relationship, giving gifts and chocolates and all that sort of crap. And I'm calling it crap for a reason. As a single person speaking to single people, particularly, let it be known, it sounds like I'm doing a herald hark what's coming forward. Let it be known that being single is healthy. In fact, if you're someone who was in a relationship and you're no longer in one and you're not in your next one, that actually can be very healthy. There are many people out there, and several of them have been clients of mine and friends as well, who basically go from one relationship to relationship as if they're swinging from tree to tree without touching the ground. There's no opportunity to ground and be present and to own your own space because you're going from relationship to relationship with nothing in between. That, my friends, is an error in approach. Because what's happening is, like grounding when you land on the ground after jumping from tree to tree, you spend time, and this is a weird analogy, but it's what's coming up, like Tarzan flying from around the jungle. These things pop in the way they pop in. When you're on the ground, you're a chance to be present, to have your wits around you, and to be very in your own space. And when you're in a relationship, that's not always easy to do. So, and I'm taking a tangent. I just realized that I'm not staying where I was. If you watch my broadcast regularly, you know that I tend to drop teachings that aren't always tied to where I start. So if you haven't watched mine before, that's what's going to happen, I think. And know that you can watch my other broadcasts and get tons of content as well. Being single between relationships, let me phrase it another way. Being consciously and intentionally single and focused upon your own healing and heart health between relationships is an extremely wise choice for your own health and vitality. I think that's clear. If you're someone who doesn't get that yet, let me explain why you might be missing out on a very important piece of the puzzle. As I said, swinging from relationship to relationship isn't the best way of doing things, and let me explain what that means. If you are ending a relationship and immediately looking for someone else to be with, like you don't know yourself outside a relationship, you're really going to have a hard time being in a healthy relationship. Another part of that, I'm going to come back to this one in a moment, is if you're passionately looking for a relationship to feel safe in those relationships, you're also missing out on a big piece of what being a healthy person is about. So let me explain those two. If you don't know who you are as a single person, as a whole person, as a healed, authentic, and self-supportive person, you'll be coming to a relationship from a place of lack. You're actually going to you're putting a burden on your new partner because they have to fill up the gap you think you have, and they're probably not prepared for it. This codependent paradigm, which has been talked about many years, and I've talked about it before, and I recommend a particular book by Gay and Katie Hendricks called Conscious Loving. It's been out for a long time. You'll discover about, and you probably will discover for yourself, different patterns and paths you've done in codependence in your past relationships. If you've done that, you should definitely be watching this video because I'm going to explain to you why it's important for you to separate from that and become whole. Codependence is a trap. Codependence is a self-victimizing trap. Let's be really clear about this. It's a guaranteed way for you to not be given what you really want, not be able to contribute fully, and to live a life of lack. Have I scared you yet? I hope so. If you're going from relationship to relationship, I want to make sure I'm building this pathway, and I realize I'm missing some steps. Let me fill this in more clearly. If you're going from relationship to relationship with nothing in between, with no self-presence, no alone time, no resource place you could be in, then anything any baggage, upsets, hurt feelings, distress that happened in the past relationship will be carried with you into the next one. And so your new partner is going to be given a whole agenda of things they have to work on with you to help you heal. And most people aren't ready for that. That's why you have people like me who are coaches to help you in the middle of that between the old and new relationship so you don't carry that crap into the new one. That swinging into the new relationship immediately also is a place where you are acting from a place of codependence because you're expecting your partner to do the work you don't want to do. I'm sorry to say it this way, but it's the truth. If you're in this paradigm of relationship with nothing in between, you're running across a river on very unstable rocks. And if you don't do it carefully, you're going to slip and hurt yourself. Now, I'm using these very strange metaphors that apparently fit. I'm trusting they are because I'm putting them out there. But the trap of being continuously in a relationship is that you live in a place where you get too comfortable being codependent. And I mentioned that earlier, what codependence is. But what I mean in your experience is that you are not able to function as a whole autonomous person in your own independence. And that's vital if you are looking to have a healthy life. It's vital if you want to take care of yourself. And more importantly, it's vital because if your partner doesn't do what you want, you'll get upset. And as I said this before, when you're upset at your partner for not doing what you want, they have control. Because their willingness to do something or not to do something dictates how you feel. You don't have control. That's a victim role. So, codependence, not a good thing. Hope that's clear. In this relationship paradigm, from being relationship to single to relationship, there's an opportunity to regroup, to reassess, to review, and to, I think another reword, recognize, it's kind of a reword, your own uniqueness, your own self-love, and your own wounds that you can now heal. If you've had wounds from past relationships, I don't say you must because it's not up to you, it's not really have to. I recommend highly that you take the time before you go on another date or another relationship or another swipe on another app and take time to look at your own experience, to heal yourself, to take the time to love and appreciate yourself as an individual being, to look at your wounds basically, but in a conscious way that is healthy. Because you want to attract a healthy relationship, a conscious coupling relationship as it were, to flip on Catherine Wilbur Thomas's Conscious Uncoupling book, if you want to do a conscious coupling, as in you want to do an intentional conscious relationship, it cannot be done unless you heal yourself first. If you're not being able to be consciously whole as an individual, consciously single, so we say, to be in a couple consciously is not possible. It's not up to them to make that happen for you. That, again, is a codependent paradigm. I'm just seeing if I can get back to where I started with the topic. So I'm just watching and seeing, okay, I'm all over here now. The topic started over there, and I'm going to see if I can get back there. Here we go. I was waiting for that. So, if you're single right now, between relationships, this is for you. Don't go out on a date on Wednesday. Do not. Forget about dating on Wednesday. Wednesday being Valentine's Day. Take yourself on a date with yourself and do it from a place of caring, compassion, and understanding. It's going to sound really weird to some of you. I understand that. Honor yourself as an individual. Respect yourself and really appreciate yourself. Become your best friend to yourself. Go do something, whatever that is. If it's going for a walk on the beach or going out for dinner, watch the pricing. Because there was fixed menus, at least in LA, there's a lot of these fixed menus on Wednesday. That's why I'm saying the prices go up for dinners on Valentine's Day. Go to a movie. Do something that will make you feel good, that you can enjoy being alone. Now, this is going to be the challenge. If you go to restaurants where it's Valentine's Day, 9% of the tables are going to be filled by people who are couples. And there may be some families there as well. But you may be looking around the restaurant and they may be looking at you going, why is that person on their own? So it may be hard to do that. So you might want to do a movie or a beach, something else that's not quite so overtly contrasting, unless you really feel bold. And if you do, my hat's off to you. Take the time on Wednesday, as a single person, consciously, since we're throwing that word around, to be present, to be aware of your own state of being, your own experience, your own ability, your own presence, your own reflection in the mirror, to see yourself as the most magnificent being that you really are, because you are. Take that time on Wednesday to really honor, own, and respect who you are. Then, especially if you go deeper and do the healing work from past relationship, then with that understanding of who you really are and the value of who you are, you'll raise the bar of who you choose to be with next. So Valentine's Day could be a springboard to really set the new baseline of what you deserve and respect and nothing less. So that you won't go from an old relationship to a new relationship without any transformation, healing, or upliftment. You'll actually stay in the same framework that way. Instead, what you do by having clarity on Valentine's Day of what you really want. In fact, if you want to do this, this is another idea. Take Valentine's Day as a day, again, for the singles. And I'll talk about this more tomorrow. I can feel this is going to be a bigger topic. To really map out what you want. To get clear, whether it's a list, a picture, a meditation, whatever you want to do. And I have a bunch of I have modules on this on my program talking about these things. But take the time on Valentine's Day to really get clear about what you really want. Don't go randomly meeting somebody online and just hoping they'll fit the paradigm. No. Start with clarity of what you really want first. Don't even go out on dates until you know what you want, who you want to be with. That really values and honors who you are. That will be the way to work. And that's your homework assignment. Well, there's two things there. One, get clear about what you want, and two, take yourself on a date. They're invitational homework. They're not required. If you're watching this, you don't have to do these. But either one of those, I would say, is a good suggestion if you're single to really reflect back to you just how much you deserve. I hit a wall. I think that's the end of that one. Yeah, so let's try that one on. I'll do a video tomorrow more about what you can do for self-love, self-supported practices, and how you can get clear on what you want as a lead-in to Valentine's Day on Wednesday. So that'll be my one day before. That'll be number 257 in my daily Facebook Lives. But this will give you enough to work with today. If you have any questions or thoughts or comments, please put them below and I'll answer them after I sign off. If you have questions in this area, please reach out to me over social media. If this has been of value to you, I appreciate that you sharing it out with anybody you think might get value from it. This will show up on my YouTube channel shortly, as well as on my business page on Facebook. You can find out more about my work on my website, which is barryselby.com, and you find this and all the other videos on my video blog, all 256 of them. Yes, 256 of these. That should be enough to keep you busy. Again, this is an opportunity to take care of yourself. So as my homework assignment to you now, as I do every time, please honor, respect, and appreciate who you are, because you deserve it. And only you know what it is like to do that. So then you can teach other people who love you the same way. That's how you create amazing relationships, by the way. Take care of yourself, honor yourself. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.